Hi, my name is Andrew Kinnear. I'm the founder of Freebruary. Thanks for joining us for this limited interview series with entrepreneurs from across Canada. I hope you enjoy it. Hi, I'm Andrew Kinnear, and I'm the founder of Yellofruit.
Hi, Andrew. Thanks for being interviewed today. Tell us, where are you right now?
I'm actually in my basement office up just north of Aurelia in Severn, Ontario, but that's not where we make our products. Our products are made here in Ontario, and our business is based in Toronto.
So tell us about your products.
Well, Yellowfruit's a non-dairy frozen banana dessert. It's like an ice cream that we make without dairy ingredients. We use banana puree instead. And we make three different flavors that you can see behind me. Monty's favorite strawberry, Eddie's favorite chocolate, and Holly's favorite mango, which are named after my three kids.
Why bananas?
Well, bananas are something that tastes great. They're smooth and creamy, and they add the things to ice cream that we took out when we made a non-dairy ice cream. So whenever you're making ice cream, there's some science that goes into it. You need a few things: protein, fat, sugar, solids of some sort. And you need to freeze it at the right temperature. There needs to be air. And so anytime you're making a non-dairy ice cream, dairy is sort of this magical thing that has a lot of those in it: protein, fat, sugars, solids. And so when you take that out, you need to add back in those components. So we use bananas for some of the sugars, the solids, and really to give it a creamy texture, but also a great flavor. And then we also use plant-based fat and in coconut oil, organic coconut oil, and we use organic cane sugar. And you need sugar to depress the freezing point. So that's a very scientific ice cream thing. But when you can freeze your ice cream at a very low temperature, you get tiny ice crystals, which means it scoops really well. So that's a bit of a trade secret.
How did you get your start in the non-dairy frozen dessert industry?
Well, I've been in marketing my whole career, doing everything from selling big wooden boxes that hold paint chips to the biggest loyalty programs in the world, the biggest banks in the world, the biggest retailers in the world, your favorite coffee and donut shop. And then one day we were sitting around the dining room table, and at the time I had two very small children and a third on the way, I think, or maybe she had arrived by then. Needless to say, we had all these tiny children, and most parents will tell you that a really easy, fun dessert for kids is frozen banana mush. You take frozen bananas out of the freezer, you throw them in the food processor for 30 seconds, a couple of pulses, and you get essentially a soft serve from banana. You can make it interesting with cinnamon or cocoa or strawberries or raspberries. You can change colors, throw some blueberries in. But at the end of the day, it's basically soft serve, and it's really sweet and it tastes great. And, we were doing this a lot for our kids, and they loved it. And one day, Claire, my co-founder and partner, and I were talking about, what if this were a product that you could get in stores? What if this was something that people could buy? And we did some experimenting at home, and realized that, if you make this at home and then just put it in the freezer for the next day, it goes rock hard. And the reason is that science that I was talking about before. It freezes too slowly. The ice crystals become too big, and it becomes essentially like a block of ice. That's how ice freezes. So we really needed some help with the science side of things. And really, if we were going to make a go of it as a business, we needed help learning how to make a business out of this, what is essentially a CPG product, a consumer packaged good food product in the frozen category, in the natural food category. So I kind of tapped into some people that I had met along the way. A great guy named John Hale, who's a chemist and product developer. He has his own food product development consulting business. And we had met in my time at Sobeys. He was a product developer there. So I talked to John about the idea, and we worked on different prototypes and things like that, and really got the product to, or I guess the idea to a state where we were happy with the idea of it, the taste of it, the flavors we had selected. And we started with some weird flavors, but we landed on, chocolate, mango, and strawberry. But from there, we needed some more kind of equipment expertise and commercialization expertise. So we actually looked to the University of Guelph. I ended up doing an ice cream technology course, and we met some experts.
Wait, there's ice cream school?
There is ice cream school, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so ice cream school is a lot of fun. It's a short course. It's I think it's just a week. But it's an intensive course where you learn kind of a little bit of the science, a little bit of the business. You meet some people, you get the kind of fundamentals. And from there, you also, you meet other people in the industry. And we ended up meeting kind of the foremost ice cream dude in the world. And him and some of his assistant ice cream experts helped us to take our recipe and really get it ready for scale. So the Guelph Food Innovation Center, which is what it was called at the time, is sort of bolted on to the University of Guelph and their ice cream technology course. So there's a lot of overlap there. And so, we're working with them. We're developing the recipe. We end up with a product. It's a prototype, but it's figured out. It's got nutritional information figured out. It's got ingredients figured out. It's figured out. And we had made enough of it using their equipment that we could test it. We could do some research, some sampling, share it with family, etc., and really get a sense of what do we need to do as a next step. And that's the start of Yellofruit. And from there we grew. It wasn't even called Yellofruit back then. It was called something else, but we don't have to worry about that. That's the journey.
What is unique about your product or your business that nobody else is doing?
That's a great question, Jen. Thanks for asking that question. So in our category, certainly if you look at that freezer door in a Loblaws or a Metro or a Sobeys or a Federated Co-op or any of the hundreds of stores across Canada where you can buy this product, which I'll talk about in a sec, what you'll find is there are dozens and dozens of different non-dairy options. So the non-dairy ice cream category has really exploded in the last few years. But a lot of those products are almond-based, soy-based, coconut-based, or, some sort of weird chemical-based.
Yeah.
Lots of weird options. So here's Yellofruit down in the corner doing our thing. The only banana option. We're a product that is setting the standard for banana-based non-dairy ice cream, scoopable. Our facility is peanut free. So, a lot of parents are really concerned with school safe options. But as it relates to, if you're going to have kids over for a play date or a birthday party, it sort of becomes just like school where you got to make sure you don't have peanuts, so that it's safe for people. So our peanut free option is a great feature of this delicious dessert. But also when you're looking at all these products, often that shopper is looking for a certified vegan product, not just a non-dairy or lactose-free product, but also organic ingredients. So much of our agriculture now is impacted by pesticides and things like that. So choosing organic means you're choosing a product that all the inputs, all the ingredients have been certified. That there's no pesticides in them. So it's better for you and your family. And so a lot of shoppers are switching to organic certified products. And I think that's what sets us apart. A lot of that is kind of mumbo jumbo when it comes to you've got 3 kids and you want them to be happy. So when you can crack a pint of ice cream and you've got smiling kids now, and they're eating something that they like, that you're happy with, that's really what we're going for. Yellofruit's a fun brand. You can see behind me that, all the little characters there. It's about family fun in addition to being a great product.
What is something that you learned running this particular business that you wish someone had told you before you started?
Oh, that's a great question. The business, the food business is complicated, to say the least. And I think one of the things that that we don't talk about enough is getting to shelf is really the beginning. So a lot of food entrepreneurs focus on, their brand development, their product development. They get to shelf, they get a listing, and they think, oh, they've made it. The reality is getting to shelf is like just the very first thing. You need to get off the shelf. You need consumers to find your product, so awareness. You need them to try it. You need them to love it so that they tell people about it and share it on Instagram and TikTok. And you need them to buy it again, right? Any product needs repeat purchase to survive. So when I'm thinking about my business, I'm thinking about, sure, I got to get it. I get it in new stores, and we got to make sure that our production run is happening and sort of the clunky parts of the business. But I'm thinking every single day, every moment, how do I get more people to try it, love it, buy it, right? Put it on your list, put it in your cart, put it in your freezer, put it in your mouth.
It's a great soundbite.
That's going to be a soundbite for sure.
Thinking to the future, is it top secret, or do you have any, like, because you've got 3 great flavors there, and I realize they're the favorites of your 3 kids. What do you do when you're developing new flavors? Are you having some more kids, or are you going to branch out?
No, we're not going to have any more kids. I definitely took care of that. But what we are going to do is continue to focus on the theme of family fun. So we do have other flavors that we prototyped that we have ready, sort of waiting in the wings. They're named, they're the named favorites of people in the family: my nephew, my mother, my sister, my wife. So we'll definitely keep it in the family to start. I think 2022 is a year, we've seen a lot of ups and downs with the pandemic, especially. 2020 is a year that we're sort of focusing on the foundations. We're sort of back to basics, making sure that we're servicing the retailers that we're in, so that we can get the distribution we need. But then for consumers, making sure that consumers are getting the product they want at the time they want in the place they want, and discovering the product as well. So we're going to do some sampling events and things like that this summer, like the summer of 2022. And we also try to do a lot of digital marketing and things that can drive trials. So for example, in Freebruary, our offer for Freebruary is a BOGO coupon. So people come to our website, yellofruit.com, they sign up, and we mail them a coupon. And part of the reason is just because it's so expensive to ship ice cream. Otherwise, I would ship a little cup, but it would melt. So it's a lot it's a lot easier and simpler for us, even though it's expensive. It's a meaningful connection with consumers. So we do a BOGO coupon there. And for our Toronto delivery zone, we also do a BOGO for our single serve cups that people can take advantage of. But that kind of thing, where we're engaging digitally so that we can reach like a really wide audience, but then it still has to come back to the product itself. So it's a sample getting sent, or we're engaging digitally and we're saying, hey, we're going to be doing a sampling event at XYZ retailer in, Burlington, Newmarket, Toronto, Whitby, Barrie, somewhere in Southern Ontario, probably for 2022. The other thing that we can do when I talk about engaging digitally is some of our partners in Freebruary have great ways to reach consumers. And so we're looking at working with partners like cattle. So digital rebates, we have a rebate on cattle right now. Companies like Field Agent that actually have, they have a mobile app with lots of users. They're sending agents in stores. They're doing things like store audits for us, so they can make sure that our product is, in the right freezer, in the right place, at the right price. But also they can encourage those consumers, because those audits are done by just regular people to try the product. So those kinds of tactics, I think, are really what is going to set us apart from some other brands in 2022. And, you know, I don't mind if people copy our ideas. I think those are great companies to work with, and they do great work. So we're excited about 2022.
And that's a great segue to my last question, which is, where can people buy your products?
Awesome. So the best case scenario is start at yellowfruit.com. Our website has a great map feature. It has virtually all our retailers on there. We try to keep it up to date as much as we can. So I would recommend people start with the map. But off the top of my head, you can find Yellowfruit in Loblaws banners across the country in the natural food section. So this is often a question. So this is why I want to be specific. Loblaws and Real Canadian Superstore and Zayres and those stores often will have a natural foods freezer versus a regular frozen section where you might see other ice creams. We're in the natural foods freezer. It's a different category for Loblaws, and so you have to find us there. In Metro, we're just with all the other ice cream, same with Sobeys. We're not in every Sobeys. We're not in every Foodland. So that's why I recommend people try the map. If you're in the West, we're in virtually every Fed co-op across the West. So check us out there. And then within Ontario, Southern Ontario and the GTA, hundreds and hundreds of stores carry Yellowfruit. So specialty retailers like Pusateri's, Summerhill Market, Village Grocer in Markham, some really great stores around the GTA have been big supporters of Yellowfruit since the start.
Great. Well, that's it for my questions. And I'll just let you know that I'm with Holly. I've tried them all, but I think mango's my favorite.
Amazing. I'm torn right now. I love chocolate. I'm on a big chocolate kick right now, but I also love strawberry. It's so tart and delicious, but I can't give up the smooth creaminess of Holly's favorite mango.